K8BYP at the kitchen table for a change with today's utterly incompetent ham moment. This no-code reject on TWiT Tech Podcast Network. That's, I think TWiT is fitting. We got us a no-code licensee that knows it all, and she's going to instruct others, new operators, how to have their first QSO. Because by God, she knows it all because she has a video. Ooh, are you impressed? I'm not. Let's find this expert's instructions. And I can't read the first one, but the last word in number 1 is clear, which is going to read listen to see if the frequency is clear. Well, that's a contradiction with number 2. How far can I throw this phone? If we have listened to determine the frequency is clear, we would not ask if the frequency is in use. So that is incompetent. Number 2 is a violation of FCC call sign regulations. And this is a problem with incompetent people like this who know nothing about regulations or amateur radio because they didn't study any of it. All they did was study a list of test questions. And the only thing they know about call signs is the 10-minute rule. There are 4 separate rules under, I believe it's paragraph 119 for call signs. And one of them is no unidentified communications. And this grossly incompetent woman is telling people to violate FCC rules by transmitting is a frequency in use, which is communicating a question to other operators without giving a call sign. This is wrong. This is what happens when we have people in amateur radio to stroke their egos and pretend to be somebody who have done something trivial to get a no-code reject license that know nothing and are engaging in the psychological delusion that they're somehow the teachers and the leaders. This is very bad. This is psychologically abnormal and harmful. Going through life being deluded is not constructive. Now, the correct way, from upwards of 30-some years experience, especially in the age where we have other no-code rejects on the air lying about their frequency being in use, because they're CBers and they think they have a frequency. And when the frequency is not in use, they will sit there and listen. And if somebody asks, they'll say, yes, it is. And they're lying. I've caught many of them doing it. It's going to be in use, or it was in use. Or one of them gave me the excuse he went to make toast. And I said, well, you left the frequency, you lost it. The correct way to do this is to listen for 10 minutes. Anyone on frequency was required by regulations to give their call sign to identify at least every 10 minutes. You wait 10 minutes because you're not in a hurry. This is not a race. And then you just call CQ. And if they respond complaining because you didn't ask, you tell them you're in violation of the call sign rule because I listened 10 minutes, you didn't identify. So explain to them that they're lying. On the back of Form 605 FCC, the statement is, no one has any claim to any particular frequency. So there it is. More expose on the gross, grinding, bumbling incompetence that FCC has caused by turning amateur radio licensing into CB radio. KBYP out.